Hi guys, Fallen Princess here. Just a small note to say we know we're a bit tardy with videos. We've been dealing with a Lolita horror story at home that we will cover as well once we're done dealing with it, because we found out that we have clothes moss in the house, which is not good news, but thankfully most of my Lolita clothing is unscathed, so we are releasing an older video that we had in the backlog for a bit. So I hope you guys have fun with that, and now onwards to that video. Hello everybody, it's Fallen Princess back with another video for you guys, and today we're going through my Gothic shoe collection. Okay, sorry, I'm really passionate about shoes in life. I think it's such an addition to your outfit and really a statement piece. And I know how hard it is to shop for shoes online. Sometimes you don't know how they fit, you don't know how they're gonna look once they're worn. And so I wanna show you guys what shoes I do have and any tips and tricks in regards to fitting. Are they narrow? Are they pointy toes? Like, what considerations might you want to have, and if they're comfortable or not. I will include all of the names and brands of the shoes so you can track them down. Please bear in mind that some of these shoes are not as easily found anymore. I have some discontinued Demonia shoes, for example, and other Taobao shoes that may not be easy to find. But any of the details that I have, I will give to you guys so that you yourself can shop for your dream pair of shoes. So the first pair of shoes that I have is the Bordello Whimsey 115 shoes. They're available on a bunch of sites. I believe I bought these from Shoe Freaks, which do ship free in Canada, which is definitely a big plus. These shoes are super comfortable because the heel really isn't that high, and they really do kind of run up the leg. That being said, they do tend to be a little bit on the big side in regards to your legs, so it won't be necessarily form-fitting if you do have small legs. If you are kind of wary because you have big calves or whatnot, I would say that these shoes are a pretty good fit because they do accommodate for like a pretty big leg, so that shouldn't really be a concern for you. There is a pointed toe, so if you're worried that they might be too narrow, you might want to take one step up. For example, in US shoe sizes, I'm a 8.5. I picked a 9 because they offered either 8 or 9. I picked a 9 and they're perfect. Apart from that, because of the velveteen fabric, they do tend to pick up lint and fur. So if you do have cats, please be wary that every time you're going to have to wear them, you're going to have to use a lint remover. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of lint and cat fur that started accumulating there because my cats sure like to shed. But they are extremely comfortable and perfect for classical styles and a little bit more of a Victorian feel. These shoes are the Demonia Poison 25-1. I also bought them off of Shoe Freaks. They are super cool and very comfortable. Most of the heel is wedge, so you don't really feel like your foot is constrained in an uncomfortable position. They do add quite a bit of height, and personally I really love the dangling detail with the jewelry. They do look very good, and if you've got any like belts or straps with your outfit, this is really going to add to it. But really, these are true to size in regards to Demonia. I'm usually an 8 for Demonia because for round toe shoes, they do tend to run a little big. So because I'm an 8.5, I usually grab the 8, and they were perfect. And as I said, extremely comfortable. You can wear those for long shoots or even at meetups. They are perfect. These are the Demonia Torment 703. They are massive and very, very high. Just like the Poison ones, though, most of this tends to be kind of more of a wedge, so the actual heel is probably like an inch or two. The rest is really just platform, so you don't really feel that they're that high. And they do give a good support in regards to your ankle. They are zipped up at the side, so they're easy to wear and just go on the road. That being said, I was a little disappointed when I got them because I thought it would be a little bit more of a pleather wet look. If you look at the stock pictures, they do tend to show up more as a leathery type instead of like more of a plasticky feeling boot, but they still look amazing. They're good for old school Gothic Lolita or just Gothic fashion as well, and they are just kick-ass. Like, I just feel so cool when I wear them, and yeah, very comfortable, true to size once again, so an 8 for me was the perfect size, and they fit great. Now we're getting into the weeds a little bit. These are An-tai-na shoes, so they don't really have any model per se. I couldn't find the listing off of their site. They are an older model. I believe they're about 8 years old at this point. They're a replica from an old shoe design from Moitie. I couldn't find the original shoe, so I made do with what I had at the time. What I really liked about them was that there's a little lace-up ankle holder here that I thought was really cool. It really adds to the dimension of the shoe, and most of it, once again, is mostly just platform, so they are very comfortable on that regard. But fair warning, because of the fact that there's like an ankle portion that's attached to the shoe, the seam at the back kept rubbing against the back of my foot. So what I had to do to make it more comfortable is that I had to put a little pad on the inside because they were just so uncomfortable. I actually got scarred off of it, but I put a little pad at the back so that they are more comfortable, because just when you inclined your foot and you were walking, that seam kept rubbing against the back of my foot. I was just like, no, I want to be comfortable while I wear them. So if you do get your hands on them, please be aware that they might not be the most comfortable at the back of your foot. They are true to size. In Japanese sizing, I'm about a 24.5 centimeter, and that is exactly the size that I got for these. And they look great. It's really just a question of comfort, and I wish that I had found the original shoe. I will have included stock pictures below in links in the description, so if you guys want to check it out, but they are a little difficult to find. These are Yosuke shoes that I bought back in 2011 when I was in Japan. I wasn't able to track down a specific model name, but I believe they have loads of models that are similar to this in regards to look and feel. What I really liked about this was that there was a bunch of detachable chains with crosses that were really easy to wear and clip and add to. I just thought they looked really cool and a lot of fun and added some diversity, so you could clip them differently to give another type of look. So they were very versatile in the end. One of the things that I didn't like as much about these shoes is that the tip is very rounded. So having a rounded platform at the tip is pretty common, but with these you really feel like you're kind of on a rocking horse. And so I wasn't too used to that in regards to like streets in Montreal, which oftentimes have holes in them or like different types of terrain. I always have to be extra wary when I wear these, but they look so good that I just can't help myself. But yeah, it was literally just, I fell in love with them when I was in Japan and I had to get them. So they're old, but an oldie but a goodie, essentially. These are the Demonia Fury 110s. Oh my god, what a shoe. They do tend to run a little small and a little narrow towards the tip, and since I like to have toe space, I went an extra point above. So instead of taking an 8, I took a 9 for these, even though I'm usually an 8.5 in regards to regular sizing, and that was perfect for these. They also offer kind of an ankle support so that, you know, your foot won't slip out, which is definitely a great plus, and you can just easily zip them up and down in the back, so you don't need to fiddle with any of these buckles, so it's easy to wear them and just leave the house with them. They are very, very comfortable, and they have a small kitten heel. It really adds a little bit of extra flair also with the bat detail going on here, but really they're sturdy and they're very cute and easy to wear with most things. I mostly don't wear them with Lolita, it's just Gothic clothing, but they can easily be integrated into that as well. It really depends on exactly what type of style that you want to do, but very comfortable, very durable. Really, I love these. Can't say enough good things about them. These are the Demonia Charade 05. They are old, but they're good. They do add quite a bit of height. Most of the heel is actually in a platform, so once again, they are quite comfortable. The only thing that I have to caution you is that with these little holes that you've got here, while you walk, they'll rub a little bit with your foot. So I would recommend wearing these with thicker socks and not like sheer tights, because you might end up with like damaged tights or ripped tights, which is definitely not something that you want. In regards to sizing, they're regular Demonia sizing, so for me a perfect like an 8 was enough, and they fit great. They're very fun to wear, but yeah, really do wear with thicker socks because you can end up being a little irritated with this strap detail going on here. These are the Demonia Abbey 03. They have been very much worn and well loved. You can probably see from the scratches and the details. I used to wear these daily when I was in uni. So all 4 years that I went to university, like I was sporting one of these. I went through 2 pairs. I used them up so much that everything started falling apart. I had gotten them repaired at first. So this is the second pair that I got over those 4 years of daily wear, and they still hold up pretty well. Like, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily wear them to meets. They do look a little banged up, but for day-to-day wear, they're great, and that means they're super comfortable. Literally, with a pile of books on your back, whatever, going upstairs, no problem. They were super breathable, easy. Once again, most of the heel is on a platform. They're true size 8. Really so comfortable. I felt like I wasn't wearing heels or platforms. It just felt really good. All terrain, you can go through the streets of Montreal, no problem. They are discontinued, I believe, though you can still buy some new ones off of eBay, but I couldn't see from any of like the fresher, newer releases that they still had these in stock. So just something to keep in mind, but if you're looking for something easy, and they come with like a little detachable bow. Personally, I didn't wear that because it was like a little satin bow, but they are so easy to wear and you can easily, you know, wear them on a day-to-day basis. These shoes are from An-tai-na. An-tai-na doesn't really have like model names per se, but I believe you can find them under Strappy something or other. What is less convenient about these shoes is, on the contrary of the other models that I've been showing so far, where even if there's like loads of straps, there's actually a zipper for quick, you know, wear. With these, you actually have to clip in every single strap separately when you want to wear them, which doesn't make them very convenient. In regards to comfort though, even though there's a big platform, it is quite comfy, but there is still quite a bit of heel here. So if you're thinking of standing in place for very long periods of time, this might not be the most comfortable shoe out there, but it's still not so bad. I did pick it out of a 24.5 centimeter length, which is my usual shoe size. So in regards to sizing, it is fairly true to size. There's not much worry on that end, and the straps don't really rub it against your feet or anything like that, so they do end up being quite comfortable for the rest of the thing. But it's just like, if you're standing for long periods of time, well, personally, I'm gonna feel it. So that's just like as an FYI, guys. These boots are for Angelic Imprint. It's also a Taobao store. They don't have a model name per se, but you can still find them on the current site. It's kind of a hybrid between a shoe and a boot, and there's a zipper for quick access, so you can easily just put them on without having to strap all of these in separately. I personally really like the detail of the little crosses on the side. It does mold quite well to the leg, and they are super comfy. There's barely any heel going on here. Most of it is just a very small kitten heel, and they look absolutely great. That being said, if you're wearing tights that already contain a pattern, these might not be the shoes for you. But if you're wearing plainer socks, then these can really add a little bit of an extra oomph to your outfit. The sizing is true to size, so a 24.5 centimeter for me was perfect. And the sole is already a little squishy. Like, the Angelic Imprint shoes already contain a sole that's sort of like a cushion, so it feels like you're wearing slippers at this point. It's ridiculous. I would very much recommend them if you're looking for cool shoes that are super comfortable. These shoes are from Angelic Imprint. Once again, Angelic Imprint doesn't have model names per se that you can look up, but they're still on the site. There's a couple different ways you could purchase them. I personally just took a full platform, but they also are available in more of a heel format. I really like them because they have little bat wings at the backs, like, you know, full seriousness in the front, party in the back, and you have a little cross going on here, which is some nice detailing. So when you want a gothic shoe that's a little bit cuter, a little bit more punky maybe for punk Lolita, these shoes are really easy to recommend. They're super comfortable, and once again, the sole on the inside is just a big fluffy cushion. They are so comfortable. If you're going, seriously, if you're going to a convention and you're thinking of wearing shoes, you know, a specific shoe the whole time through, you might be traveling, Angelic Imprint shoes are the thing that you need because they already have cushions. They're so comfortable, like you don't even have to think about it. You'll just feel like you're in slippers the whole weekend. And they are extremely comfortable. I did get them like a 0.5 size up just because I bought another version of these from another company that ended up being too tight, but these are actually more true to size. I think the 24.5 would have been fine. I just have a little bit of extra toe room, and because of this, I'm still very much you know, secured in the shoe, but I think it could have gone a little bit lower for these. But yeah, no, they are very, very comfortable. Recommended. This shoe is from Killstar. It's the Banshee model. They are essentially flats that have cool pentagram detailing and buckles. You can make them really tighter on your foot, so that's really comfortable. I was a little wary of like the really pointed toe at the end, so I got a 9 instead of an 8 because I thought that it would be more comfortable, and indeed this was the right decision to make. I think I would have been too tight if I had picked an 8 for these, so I don't regret this at all. They do stand up quite well, but the tip has a little bit of wear and tear. I bought them, I think, 2 summers ago, and I just wear them during summer, obviously, and they have a little bit of wear and tear compared to some of my other shoes, but they do stand up quite well. They're super comfortable. Like, once again, if you're traveling a lot and you want to have something that you can't trip and fall and die with, this is definitely a good shoe for that. It does support the foot quite well, and you know, it looks really cool. It's Killstar, man. You can't go wrong with that, right? So yes, those are also some pretty good shoes, but I would recommend going a size up just in case. This shoe is from Corolla. It's a small Taobao brand, and this is the Marie Antoinette model. I personally completely fell in love with the look and feel of these, and I got them both in a 24.5 and a 25 centimeter just to make sure that I was going to fit into them. I found that the 24.5 was a little tight and the 25 was perfect, but my foot tended to slip out. I have very narrow feet, so they tend to slip out if I don't have a strap or something. So I went to a shoemaker and got a strap installed so that it would hold my feet upright. I was just so in love with these, I was ready to do anything to make it work. Okay guys, don't judge me, or maybe you can judge me, but whatever. I'm very determined when it comes to shoes. They are absolutely gorgeous and can be worn with Victorian clothing or Rococo clothing super easily. I love the whole bow detailing that there is up front. It's super comfortable. Like, the heel is really small, very, very comfy. So yeah, I would recommend going a size up if you like to have a little bit of room for your toes, but they are sublime and they've held up really well, even though I took them to so many meets because, you know, statement piece, am I right? Yeah, definitely they are worth the money. These shoes are from In My Name. There used to be like a little gemstone going on here, but I did lose it after going in a convention. I don't know, maybe like going from one place to the next, like something rubbed up against my feet and the little gemstone that they had put in there was removed. I replaced it with essentially a brooch. I got matching brooches for both of the shoes, and I personally think it looks 15 times better with a cross, and it's more versatile for my style. I really like the ruching that there is at the bottom of the shoe. I like the little pearl detail, and there's also a bunch of party in the back, so it's more like a Hime type shoe, I find. Very regal, very rococo feeling. I did also go a size up, so this is a 25 centimeter shoe instead of 24.5 because I was also wary of that little tip, and it was absolutely the right move to do. These shoes fit great, so I would advise you, if you want a little bit of extra room, go a 0.5 centimeter size up for these as well. Very comfortable. The heel isn't too high. They've stood up well with all the meets that I've been to, and yeah, I prefer the cross detailing, so yay, it's a good thing that I lost the gemstone at a convention. These are a very confusing pair of shoes. I bought them off of a random Taobao seller, and when I received them, I found out they were from Bodyline. I don't recall seeing, because there's Bodyline written in there, I don't know if the camera can capture it, but I don't recall seeing these on the Bodyline website, but I just really love the cross detailing that there is at the front. I believe it's inspired by one of the AP shoe designs that they've gotten, but I paid a ridiculous price for these. I think it was less than, or around $10 Canadian for these, but I really liked the little studs, the cross detailing. It isn't too high. It's perfect for something that's like a little bit classical or a little bit gothic, so it is quite versatile. But I had no idea Bodyline sold these. I don't know if they still do, but I will include the links at the bottom if you want to hook up with this random Taobao seller. The shoes are comfortable, and apparently it's Bodyline. So these are the Hades Crimson Stiletto shoes. They are mostly for Gothic wear. I haven't found a way to really integrate them into Lolita. They look like they're straight out of hell, and this is exactly why I love them. But I can't wear them except for like photo shoots or something like that, because maybe I'm a sucker, but these types of heels are a bit too much for my poor feet. I think I would want to throw myself off a bridge if I were to wear that for an entire meet. But for short periods of time, it's perfect. Like, I mean, there's so many cool buckles going on. You can just zip them up, zip them down easily. The heel is a metal spine. I mean, I bought these because I thought they really looked cool, and then I was like, oops, they're not comfortable, so what do I do with them? So sometimes when I feel, you know, hot, I walk around with and strap my stuff with these, but or else it's pretty much a showroom shoe, I find. But yeah, maybe there's some brave ladies out there that are like, yeah, these stilettos, there's nothing. I can wear that 24/7, no problemo. But that is not me. That is not me. They are an 8 and they fit great for me, so they are true to standard sizing. These are the Demonia Star 23 shoe. They are a flat ballerina-like slipper, but there's a little bit of extra punch. So you've got the strap with the studs going on here. You can also kick somebody in the balls and it'll really hurt because there's a stud at the tip of the toe. So that's just an added bonus, you know, self-defense, definitely a plus. For these though, it is critical that you get a size up because I have found them to be extremely tight. Like, I am usually an 8.5 and the 8 was nowhere near the size that I needed. So a 9 is great and fits perfectly. So for these, you absolutely need to take a size up. But apart from that, they are fairly comfortable. They're a little like tight around the end, so if you like to have a little bit of extra room for your toes, those are definitely not the shoes. But they're super casual and easy to wear in day-to-day life, like if you're just going to the grocery store. So really, they're a fun shoe to have. These shoes are from a very small Taobao seller. Once again, all the stuff will be in the description below, so you can check it out. They are a kind of cool doll-like shoe where there's like a knob type of heel at the back, a couple of bows, some extra straps. So it's good if you're coordinating things with gold accents because it can really add to it. They are not the most comfortable shoe. They don't even have a brand inside the shoe. So I really think we're scraping the bottom of the Taobao pile where it's like they don't even want to put a branding inside the shoe. One important note is that they put a kind of bump in the middle of the shoe, which you can definitely feel when you walk on it. It isn't the most comfortable shoe, so for these, you do need to buy like thick socks or something to make it so that they don't rub too much on the inside of the shoe. Generally speaking, for short-term wear, they're perfectly fine. And I definitely did not pay a lot of money for these, but I just like the look of it and I kind of bit the bullet on those. I did take the kind of standard sizing on these. They are true to size, but yeah, not the most comfortable and kind of a sketchy seller since there's no brand in the inside. But if you like the look and feel, maybe you'll bite the bullet too. And they're not so bad, but they're definitely not as great as all the other shoes that I've showcased so far. These shoes are from the In My Name brand. Once again, Taobao stuff does not have necessarily a shoe model name. I love these so much that I got them in black and white. I think they're great for Victorian wear. I did get a size up for these. I think even 2 sizes up, because normally 24.5 is around a 39, I think, in Chinese foot sizing. I think these are 41. Yeah, so they're 25.5 centimeters. So it's not a 0.5 increase. It's a full size increase because they are, as you can probably tell, they're very narrow and they get very, very narrow towards the tip as well. So since I like to have room for my toes, it's my thing, okay? I had bought the size 25 and then I bought the 25.5 and 25.5 was perfect. Like, these are the only shoes that I've ever had to go up, not just a 0.5, but a full extra. So they are quite small. But look at these, aren't they just gorgeous? The beautiful detail with the roses and the pearls and the gold and the back bow with the gold and the cross and like, there's even details on the actual heels. How gorgeous is that? In My Name does the most amazing shoes. They are quite comfortable as well. Like, there's a little bit of a cushion type of feeling to to the sole, so definitely very comfy once you do have them on, but they're a bit tricky to get the sizing right, especially since, you know, I don't live in China, I can't try them on, so I had to try a couple of times to get the correct sizing for these, but it was definitely worth it. I still have some pairs from the other sizes on sale, but yeah, definitely a beautiful shoe if you want to wear Victorian wear. Thank you so much, guys, for sitting through this endless collection of shoes. I hope that you guys got some new ideas of things that you want to add to your collection. Let me know in the comments below if you have any recommendations of stuff to add to my wardrobe, because I'm always looking for some new pairs of shoes. And if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook to keep up to date with the stuff that I get as my frills, please feel free to do so as well. And if you want to join me on Patreon and help to get this show on the road and support us, please do, and I will be forever thankful. I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Take care of yourselves, okay? Bye.